ladies.
Hello.
Hey, let me do my introduction. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever this podcast finds you. I hope you are in good spirits. If you are not, I hope we are able to assist you in getting better spirits. My name is Laportia Mitchell. This is the Laportia Mitchell podcast. And today we are celebrating 5 years of podcasting. Some people can't get past 5 minutes of things, so 5 years is major. I have 3 wonderful guests for this episode, and I'm gonna allow them to introduce themselves, and then we'll get going.
My name is Maya Caldwell. I am an actor based in Atlanta. You can follow me at Maya in the Show 1231.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jara Toomer. I am in the IT profession and a continuing dream follower. You cannot follow me anywhere.
No social media.
No social media.
Hi everyone, I am Erica Nicole and I am the founder of My Journey to Refresh, and you can contact me at it's Erica Nicole R.
Thank you so much. So the reason why this is so actually fundamental is because I believe so much in pivoting, continuing, going on no matter what. And these ladies literally just stepped in to assist. So I do just want to say thank you so much. Originally, I had planned to give out awards on behalf of Laportia Mitchell Presents, which is my LLC. I am the creator and founder. So I do still want to present that award to Jara Toomer. So on behalf of Laportia Mitchell Presents, you are receiving the Innovator Award. An innovator is a person who introduces something new or does something different, many times for the first time. One who introduces new methods, ideas, or products. Being innovative means doing things differently or doing things that have never been done before. And I do truly believe that it's you, so I want to present the Innovator Award to Jara Toomer.
That's amazing. I too have an award.
Let's see you. It's
An award.
An award.
A
Ooh.
major award.
This is for a spectacular woman in this room. She has made her dreams come true time and time again. She is the pave maker. Is that the word? No, that's not the word. We're not going to use that. She's the pathway maker for pivoting.
Trailblazer.
No, I wanted to use something with a P.
Oh, okay.
Because pivot.
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 Okay. Right.
Yes. So, pivoting Portia,
Mm,
I
love it.
present you with the Hidden Gem Award. Because, my darling, you are a hidden gem. You are a diamond in the rough. You are the rose that grew from the concrete. This award is to being hidden and being out of sight. It's not readily apparent or concealed or unexplained. A gem is a precious or a semi-precious stone. Also, a gem may be defined as a highly valued or well-beloved person. And you are loved.
Thank you. Woo, woo. Thank you. So ladies, I know this is a little bit different, but I do feel like we can still bring value. Again, this is my first episode where we are in studio, so this is very important. Thank you so much to the studio owner for allowing us to rent this space out and make this happen. So let's talk about some things. I want to get into all the things.
Okay.
Oh, the thing. Okay.
And all of us are women. We're Black women. You guys, do you want to mention where you went to school or your degrees or anything like that?
SSU.
That's how we met. We all met at SSU.
Okay, so they are all graduates of the HBCU.
Yes.
So maybe say University. Tiger Pride.
Wherever we going,
I still wear my Samantha State shirts.
Yeah.
Of course, so you've been to college, you're aging in life, like, so now you understand like different friendships and everything. Can we talk about how friendships end and how sometimes they are even more hurtful than ending a relationship with like a significant other? Have you been through that? Do you have any tips for getting over it? Can we just kind of dive into that?
I've definitely been through that. I've been through that in college. I've been through that as I've gotten older. And honestly, the best way to, I guess, get over that is to know that you are still worthy of a friendship. Because sometimes you're thinking, oh, all my friends are gone. What's wrong with me? And there may be some stuff you
Sometimes,
need
yes.
to confront within yourself. You may need therapy,
Yeah.
but also know that you are still worthy of having a friendship and having a relationship with others. You just need to do a little work on yourself if that is the case.
If that's
And
the
sometimes those people were only meant for a season, babe. So
True.
move it along
Yeah.
and let the other ones who
You have to
actually
be able to
deserve
release.
you, exactly, who actually deserve you, come in.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
keep it
good. Did anybody else want to speak on it?
I would just say,
Or just speaking on release in general and being able to accept like how relationships transition and it's just time to let them go.
yes. Well, I can say I know. When I love hard, and so loving and really caring for people, it's just a part of who I am. It's my nature. And so when I've had people to like come in and out of my life, I feel like sometimes I've been the person like to just want to hold on a lot longer. Where God is just like, no, I need you to just let go of them.
Amen.
And sometimes, like, I feel like I can be just a little bullheaded, like, I know what I'm doing. Like, no, you need to stop. Not
Do
really.
you sometimes feel like a hurt has to come? If the hurt didn't come, you wouldn't have released the relationship?
I do believe so. I've learned in that manner. And so now I'm a lot more cognitive, like mindful when things are to come. Like, if I feel in my spirit, like, okay, this relationship is ending and it's okay. Similar to what Maya said, just like beginning to know who you are and you're valuable and understanding yourself. So that would really just be my key. Like, it's hard sometimes to let go, but when you know who you are and what you're worthy of, that relationship you can go.
I think knowing who you are is the foundation, like, for any great relationship. I look at my 8-year-old and she knows who she is, okay? I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I know, thank you. I'm like, oh, wow.
So
I
good.
wish I had that confidence, you know?
That's so good.
Her hair could be stick. She does not care. She is so confident. Even my 3-year-old, she feels that same way, and she'll tell me, "You're so pretty, mama," even if my hair is like sticking up, because they are so confident in with who they are. And so I feel like because I found myself and I was able to go to therapy, like you said, find coping mechanisms, find different tools to build myself up, I'm able to release relationships like a little bit better. You remember, I would hold on, can't let it go. No.
And now we
Like
are
abandonment issues, you know, basically, and it's
we
like,
are a part of
you
it.
have to kind of be able to let stuff go.
Do you feel as though you needed to learn how to forgive in a way, to forgive yourself, to forgive others, if, like for any hurt that may have been exchanged?
Yeah. Forgive myself for even if I felt like I gave too much. And it's like, no, you didn't give too much. It could have been to the wrong person. It could have been at the wrong time, but it's okay. So you just forgive yourself, like, because you make yourself feel like you're almost like being naive. And it's like, sometimes you aren't. You're just being who you are in that moment. And that's what you knew. You were working with what you had. So that's what you went by. So it's okay.
And that's
I just found in therapy, like, it's okay.
You're valid.
You're valid.
You are valid.
Okay, so that's one thing I definitely want to speak on. The other thing I want to speak on, which I know you guys, neither one of you live in Augusta, right?
No.
And Jar, I don't even go to like the club in Augusta, but there is this promoter in Augusta. I'm sorry, that's why Danica was supposed to be here. There was this promoter in Augusta. He has 2 clubs. He's very popular. You know how that can be sometimes within a smaller city, you know, or even a larger city like the club promoter.
Right,
They're
right.
very known.
Right.
And so it was 2 incidents to where one, there was a rat in his
I heard about that. Yeah.
establishment, a dead rat, like fell out the
middle of the floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then
Okay.
I think the next day the health inspectors came and he got a 66. And so his response, he really got on social media and he was kind of arrogant, like, I've been doing this for so many. And so my friend made a statement to where she said, well, where is his like wife or where is his girlfriend? Like, he's kind of on social media spazzing.
Yeah, just kinda going
Who's
off the
grounding
rails.
him? Who's
Right.
letting him know, like, babe, fix it, correct it,
Yeah.
let's move past it.
Right.
So I wanted to ask, how, at this age, how do you feel, I mean, how important is your partner, your tribe, when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to supporting negative behavior. I kind of wanted to discuss this.
So I'll say for this one, my tribe has grown a lot. As you can relate, we didn't really grow up knowing friendship as a good thing. We didn't really grow up knowing community as a good thing. It was like, what happens in this house stays in this house. We are our collective. It was us and our cousins and our uncles. That's it. That's all. As I've grown up, and I'll be honest, Erica and Maya were the first two friends that actually showed me that friendship and community is good. They're the first two people that actually like showed me how to be honest and like accountable with friendship. Because these two right here, oh, they wouldn't kill it.
Did it take a lot of patience? Speaking from a person who was not held accountable, not raised with sisterhood and friendship, and you guys are like, I love you, you're my friend, we like you as a person, but we are gonna hold you accountable, or you are gonna, like, did that take like a lot of patience?
I mean, yeah.
Or another word, maybe not patience.
No, patience. I feel like it took patience with all of us. I feel like we all have to have patience with each other because we all have our baggage. We all have our thing, and we've all grown together. I believe.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we've definitely grown together. Yeah, I would agree with that. But I would say, as of right now, at the stage that I'm at, my community, the community that I built and the community that I'm building, they hold such a strong role in keeping my head above water, and keeping my feet on the ground. Like I know that's two separate things, but sometimes we can get, our egos can get a little inflated. Yeah. Sometimes we can start to feel ourselves just a little bit. Start to smell ourselves. And sometimes it's good.
We're from the South.
We are from the South. We're from the South. Understand that. So it's really good to have people that they're not trying to humble you necessarily, but they're able to see through it, and they're like, hey sis, I love you, what's kind of making you do this? And they come to you genuinely with a place of love. And I can say that about Erica, Maya, shout out to King, you're not here, but you're here in spirit. The community that I built, they come to you with love. And I think that's the difference between people trying to humble you as well.
So that brings up another good point. So of course your partner is important, your tribe is important. How would you go about, or how do you go about having difficult conversations with a friend? Woo. Sis, you be in a hole right now. Sis, let that man go. Sis, you're not trying your best. Sis, what do you really want in life?
Harlot.
Everybody been through that whole stage. Everybody know. Okay.
I have.
I ain't get real wild with it, but I did go through
As I grip my cross.
Not me. When I say that, it does not mean like just
like out gallivanting. You've had some experience.
Stick your like little ankle there, slip back.
Meanwhile, how would you have hard or difficult conversations, even if it's not with a friend? I've had to have difficult conversations with my mother. I have to have difficult conversations with my supervisors. Like, how, do you have those difficult conversations? Do you have them? Some people stray away from them. I do not. And what's your results? Do you normally get good results? Is it, is it a bad result, or when you have those difficult conversations?
I find that it's great to have difficult conversations one-on-one with the person, because I've had situations where a group of friends decided to have that conversation with me as a group, and that felt more like an intervention for something that didn't require intervention, and it made me feel some type of way. But meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, Erica, she would oftentimes set me off to the side and talk to me individually, and sometimes she was surprise me, like, surprise, just have a seat and let's talk about it. But she did it one-on-one. Okay, and she like let me know that there wasn't like an attack. This is more just a talk to keep our friendship alive, and just reaffirming that friendship is very important, and I'm telling you this because I love you. You're not saying this to humble anybody. That shouldn't be your job. Your job should be supporting them, and in supporting them, telling them the truth. So yeah, that's what I think.
So do you have any, I guess, more advice, being that you're a life coach, being that you're in that field, being that you are able to come to someone one-on-one, have those difficult conversations, any tips or, guidance you could give my audience?
Yeah, I would say if it's something that's bothering you, it needs to be addressed. And so the first thing I would say is just acknowledging yourself. Okay, how do I feel when I'm around this person or when they're doing this thing? How is it bothering me? Okay, if it was switched in the other way, how would I want them to approach me? And so that's usually what I do when things are not, I guess, flowing in the way that I would like it to. I acknowledge myself first. I don't like this. Okay. Now, if this person is someone like I genuinely care about and I really want the best for them, all right, we already have a connection, a relationship. And so just simply, after it's been addressed to yourself, then it's just putting on those granny panties in a sense and just going to like really talk to them and not looking at the negative, not looking at it from the negative.
Very specific. I mean, it could have been anything, really. But granny panties.
Big girl panties?
Yeah, big girl.
There we
Big
go.
girl.
There we go.
Big girl
panties.
panties.
Yeah.
So
I would say
granny panties.
But but first acknowledging yourself, I would say, would be the first thing. And then once you acknowledge yourself that there is something going on and the person genuinely cares, they will take heed to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Will they like it at that time? Sometimes it may be a little hard, but if they genuinely care, they will reach back out to you and you'll be able to have that adult conversation because we're no longer kids anymore.
There we go.
And so if you genuinely say who you are, we've been hanging out for this long period of time. If I tell you something and you know genuinely who I am as a person, you'll accept it, And if not, then it's time for that relationship to dissolve, and that's okay.
Yes, that's what literally just happened because I felt as if literally my last message was like, I thought you knew me, like not, I guess whatever you felt or what you were projecting onto me. I came to you this way and you took it this way, a totally different way. And sometimes I know people will do that. So I think it's safe to say sometimes when you do come to individuals, if you're having these difficult conversations, you can't control or you don't get to control their response.
Yeah.
You can literally, and this has been, we've said this, it's literally about you. Like you control yourself. You control how you feel. You can only control, how you react, So, I think the takeaway, because I do want to make a takeaway before we wrap up. I don't know how long we've been speaking. Because I do want to speak on starting where you are and the importance of that. But it's very important that we really find out who we are. Outside of religion, outside of our socioeconomic backgrounds, outside of what our parents taught us, outside of what our jobs tell us or society, we have to figure out who we are. And that takes some deep questions.
Mm-hmm.
It takes being alone. It takes being, some people can't really be by themselves, but I feel like when you're able to be by yourself and sit by yourself, not to where it's a bad thing to where you're like isolating, but just sometimes, just taking that time and asking yourself the questions and feeling your emotions and figuring out what your emotions are, it'll help you build character and build yourself as a person. So I think the last thing I want to speak about is starting right where you are. So when I first started this podcast, I was living with my boyfriend. I only had one daughter. She was 3. My first episode was like never quit. And I recorded it and I deleted it somehow. And I was so upset. But when I started my podcast, I knew that I had something to say. Not only did I have something to say, I felt like it was needed to be said. It's my purpose. So I re-recorded it, and it came out great. I got a lot of good feedback on it, and that was 5 years ago. And since then, you know, I've transitioned to YouTube. Now we're in the studio. Now I'm speaking with you ladies, and I hope to see you guys do all great things, for sure. But I want to speak about, or you to elaborate on starting where you are, because I've been broke. I've not had a car. I always had pretty good jobs, but you know, like my job now, I work in IT. I love it. It's super easy. I get paid more, you know. So it's so important to start where you are. Many people will not even start. So I just want each one of you, as we wrap it up, just to speak on the importance of beginning and taking that first step, or a time when you had to just take that first step.
Okay, I'm gonna speak for when I moved back to Atlanta. So as soon as college was over for me, I stayed in Savannah for a while because I just really wanted to keep my independence for as long as I possibly could, because all my family's in Atlanta.
Oh.
So I decided I'm gonna really go for my acting career, you know. And so I went to Atlanta, and I realized all the connections I made in Savannah aren't in Atlanta, and I really had to start from the bottom. I really had to look into so many theaters and so many opportunities on my own. I had to do that in Savannah anyway, but it was a different market because it's a bigger market, and there's so much going on there. Yes. And I had to remake those connections, and I kind of had to just go and pray and go and pray some more. and then eventually certain things start getting traction. Then I start making friends, and then those friends led to more opportunities, and those opportunities led to more opportunities, and back and keep going forward and forward and forward. But it's always important to it started with me just going and looking up theaters in Atlanta and being like, okay, what's going on with this? What's going on with this? Okay, all the auditions are over? Okay, great. Theme parks. And that's how I was able to get my first gig, and then from that sprang a whole different area of gigs. From that,
networking is very important.
Yes.
It's so important,
and it's not as scary as you think. It's just making a new friend, truly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just had to take that first step, which is basically go on Google theaters, and that's it. And go
Google.
Just Google.
Right. Okay, do you remember a time when you just had to start, you had to just go and do it and get it done?
I can think of quite a few times. I like to think of myself as a dreamer. I've always been a dreamer. I've always been the kid that has always been in her head. I was the quiet kid. I was the kid that spent a lot of time in their room, and I just used to sit in there and just think. And a lot of times now I find myself in the middle of ideas that I've had, or I like to say I've caught myself in the middle of prayers. Like I'm living out a prayer right now. And it truly is a matter of, I would say, taking the steps of the dream that you have, really walking it out. And if you do not see the path of walking it out, if it just looks blurry to you, you have to make a plan. I would say make a plan.
Write it down.
Make a plan. Yeah. Write it down. Cause
make it plain.
What does it say? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
What
Without a vision,
what does it say?
my people will
Write the vision and make it plain. There we go. See, because it wasn't coming to me. It wasn't coming to me. But you see how they walked it all out? Because I had a vision and they made it plain. Hey! You know what? But yeah, I would say have a plan. Have an idea, have a dream, have a goal, have something that you're striving towards, and take the smallest steps. Every single day, take the smallest steps. The biggest thing that I can say for myself, and I'm grateful of all of the opportunities that I've had. I've had a lot of opportunities in my life. I've done a lot in my life. I have a lot of great stories. The biggest thing that I can say that I've done for myself is finding who I am.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's good.
I would say for me, starting where I'm at was first thing I had to do was really just trust that God has me. That's what he says. He says, I'm with you even until the ends of the earth. And so believing that first and foremost, and then from taking on to that, beginning to take, as Jar was just saying, those small action steps. Short story, last year around this time, I was unemployed, and I had prayed, and because I was seeking God for guidance in regards to the next steps with business and what was that looking like. And he shared with me, like, your time at the location where I was working at is over with. And I was excited, I'm like, yeah, okay, Lord, let's see. And my carnal thinking at the time was just like, okay, things are just gonna flow and operate in this perfect little thing that we, see on TV. But God is like, not exactly. But even with all of that, he still provided me with joy.
Yes.
And now, fast forward, I am now working. I'm a librarian part-time, but my main focus is on the business and ministry that he's called me to. And so that's where my focus is. And I have even more faith now because he was able to bring me through all of that, the trials that I went through last year. And now I'm here. And even this opportunity. So I'm super grateful and I thank you.
You're welcome. Last year was difficult for me too.
Yeah. Last year was.
It was very difficult.
Yeah.
Even ending 2022, I lost my best friend suddenly. She was young in a car wreck. I lost my grandmother on my dad's side a couple months after. My car went out my motor went out in my car, and I didn't know how I was gonna make it through that year, but I did keep pushing. So when I tell people to keep pushing and plan and strategize, I say it because I've been there. And now I'm a homeowner somehow. I got a new car.
Yes.
I'm recording in the studio with you wonderful ladies that I feel like, we definitely were going to do great things. And so I just really believe in the power of starting where you are. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be perfect. You are going to cry. But it's just so much power in perseverance and prayer and community and sisterhood.
Yes.
So I do have one more announcement before we wrap it up. I will be coaching 5 women or men. I will not accept, if you don't have a goal or a plan, please, you are not my client. But my first 5 clients in this new coaching journey will be for free, but you do have to have a goal or a plan. So I'll give more information onto that. I do thank you guys for tuning in. You can search me on Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Laportia Mitchell, Laportia. Until next time, keep pushing. Thank y'all again. We did it! Shake your booty.